Hello, class of 2021, and welcome parents, family members, and friends who are joining us from around the world. Though we miss being together for commencement in New York City, we could not be prouder or more excited for this graduating class. And we are here today to celebrate. Class of 2021, you've earned your degrees during a time of extraordinary challenges. These times have called upon your determination, your flexibility, and your creativity. They've tested your values and your courage to live and lead by those values. Most certainly, these times have asked for your humanity and compassion. And by these times, I think you know what I'm talking about. We're coming through a global pandemic that has been profoundly disruptive and scary. We've also had to reckon with other ills in our society, acts of senseless violence, threats to democratic process, and the increasing effects of climate change. We've seen deeply entrenched racism manifest itself in too many ways and too many times toward African Americans and our Asian and Asian American brothers and sisters. These wicked problems have taxed our collective psyche and shown us that there is considerable work before us still. Reflecting on that context is important, but I'm here today with a mindset of hope and optimism. I am buoyed by the confidence in our graduating students, and I know that each of you is well prepared to lead change. Our honorary degree recipients today stand as three very different examples of how change happens. Darren Walker, as president of the Ford Foundation, is making an impact through his leadership of a $13 billion international social justice philanthropy. Jose Alberto and Luz Mary Gutierrez have shown us how many lives can be improved by starting with the small act of salvaging discarded books. And Ping Chong has been opening minds and stirring thinking for nearly 50 years through compelling artworks of beauty and invention. Graduates, your good works will be uniquely your own. And however you define your own path, you will carry with you the advantages of a new school education. You are part of a progressive higher education community dedicated to innovative, engaged scholarship and guided by a vision for social justice. You've gained capacities that will empower you to be active citizens, architects of new vision, and agents of change wherever you go. And speaking of change, the activist Angela Davis, who was a diligent student of philosophy, drew from Karl Marx's famous 11th thesis on Feuerbach, which holds that philosophers have interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. Putting an even finer point on it, and perhaps playing on the well-known Serenity Prayer, Davis is widely quoted as having proclaimed, "I'm no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept." Toni Morrison reminded us that change begins with dreaming. Dream a little before you think, Morrison says. Dream the world as it ought to be. Dreaming is not irresponsible. It is first-order human business. It is work. When Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream," he was not playing. He was serious. When he imagined it, envisioned it, created it in his own mind, it began to be. And we must dream it too, to give it the heft and stretch and longevity it deserves. Don't let anybody convince you that this is the way the world is and therefore must be. It must be the way it ought to be. Class of 2021, as you work to change the things that you cannot accept, may your path, your lives, and thinking always be guided by your dreams. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.